office after a long week and a long night of traveling too. But what's up? I'm gonna let you guys kind of group in. Let me know where you guys are from. What up, Never Folks Sports? What's up? What's up, my dog? What's going on? What up, Tag? No, he didn't. We gonna get into it, man. Donzo Burton says Tank 1. I see you guys. Why you guys are coming in? Just like my man Fam says. I hope I said that right, Fam. Remember to hit the like button, guys. We're gonna get right all into it, right? I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. You guys can ask me whatever questions. I will be reading the whole entire chat. So I'm gonna get you guys involved. And I want your guys' honest opinion because really at the end of the day, we saw an extremely interesting night that just happened, right? There's a couple fights that I also want to talk about in the undercard while you guys are coming in. But we have to talk about the main event, and I need to hear your honest opinion. So, let's give the stream about maybe like one more minute while everyone's coming in. While you guys are coming in, if you want to let me know who you one, where you're from, etc. What's on your mind, what you ate, whatever. I'll be reading the chat in its entirety today for a little bit. I'm gonna go wrap. So we're about like one more minute. So we got a good decent size of people coming in. But outside of all that as well, while everyone's coming in, hopefully everyone had a good weekend. Stop. Alright. Why? No, man. You banned from Montana streets. Alright. Cool. Alright, intro music done. I think that's enough. I think we got enough people to just start this going right away. What up, y'all? It's Ron Goodall over here at FightHype.com and just got back from New York City, right? Got one of these fresh ones to add to the collection, right? I probably should start doing more of these, right? When I go to a fighting, like a fight or a fight event, kind of show you guys a little bit of like the memorabilia, right? So this was the what you call it, the press pass for fight night, right? So I got a whole bunch of these, right? I got a box full of these, and maybe one day I'll go through some of my favorite ones. But this was the one I collected last night. It could have been potentially a credential, a lanyard, memorabilia saying that this could have been the upset of the year, right here. I'm holding right in my hand. PBC put on a fight out at the Barclays Centers. If you guys are living underneath a rock, at the on Amazon Prime. One of the American staple superstars faced a local rivalry of Lamont Roach. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to say straightforward right before I start reading you guys in chat. I was in the building. I was telling everybody, look, even though I picked Tank to win by a potential later stoppage, I did mention heavily in my last stream that don't sleep on Lamont. It's going to be a legitimate boxing match. Like, it's going to be a highly skilled, technical boxing match. Lamont has a great left hook. He can overextend on the right a little bit, but hear me out. He fixed that problem. He was not overextending. And I, personally, my humble opinion, thought Lamont Roach took it. I thought Lamont Roach won the fight. I thought the knee that we all have to talk about, right? The knee heard around the world. That should have been a knockdown, right? Granted, if he did get that, based off the scorecards that was laid out, it would not have been a draw. It would have been a unanimous decision for Lamont Roach. So, some people feel it was a black eye. Some people don't. Some people feel it was very close. Some people feel like Tank won. Some people thought Lamont won easily. It was a very fun, competitive fight once it got going. So, but I just thought Lamont Roach's activity, shots, ring generalship, it was just a little bit better. If not, I just thought that Lamont was just the better of the night. So, let me get to the chat though. Shout out everyone in here. Tag, Never Fold Sports, Donzel, Vincent N, Happy Wolverine, Angry Casual Fan, Yo, not Sandra Taylor, and Champion. Now, bear with me. I haven't got to see the fight like 100%, like, you know, in its entirety. I was watching ringside and a little bit up, so I need to watch it one more time, just one more time, because I do know there's a lot of division on it. But I'm open to say that my humble opinion being there, just like a lot of the media members, we've all kind of felt Lamont won. Like that was just the kind of the consistent opinion at the event. So, but I'm open to all different type of perspectives. Tag comes in, says no, he didn't. Tank lost 115-113 or 115-114, whichever. A punch landed before. I don't know how it would be 115-114, but a punch landed before he took a knee. So we all know it should have been a knockdown too. Maybe just off night. Maybe he just got exposed. Donzel mentioned multiple times in chat he thought Tank won. Sandra Taylor thinks Tank won. What up, fam? Definitely appreciate it. Definitely hit the like button when you guys are coming in. Gervonta Davis draw versus Lamont Roach is the biggest robbery of the 2000s. Lamont won 8-4. Never says, Ron, you banned from Montana Street saying you was the only official judge that gave you Tank some. I don't know where you saying that. I thought Lamont won. Right? You know, very competitive, but I thought Lamont won. I'm not sure he even did enough to even get the draw. Damn, with the sad emoji face. Tank lost, in my opinion. Happy Wolverine. If I drop a link, you can pull up. Okay, I'm gonna see how I feel. I'm gonna pull up. FightHype is a coward. Why you feel like it's a coward, my guy? Why such the harsh words? Angry Casual Fan. I know that we're always very close, but we tend to like differ. I know that you have a fair opinion, so I would like to hear your thoughts on why you think Tank won, and if anything, if Tank won, did you think it was close? Right. Champy says this was not highly skilled. This was just a C-level fighter in Roach versus Tank Davis, a hype job who can barely throw 5 punches around. Wow. For real? You know, I know a lot of people said that that night Tank got exposed, right? And I think in some sort of hype manner, right? I guess he's not the guy who blitz every single person out, right? It's boxing. It's not realistic. It's not. But to call him a hype job, I mean, I don't think that's the case. I think there's a great game plan that Lamont Roach put together. I've been constantly been told fighter after fight. I might even make a video of a compilation of a whole bunch of fighters telling me throughout the build-up that this is not an easy fight. This is a highly skilled fight in that matchup. And don't be surprised if Lamont has his moments. Shakur, prior to the fight, I know you can say his biggest hater, called it a 50-50 fight. And like I said, I can probably pull up tons of interviews of guys just consistently telling me that this was not going to be an easy fight. Granted, majority of people still pick Tank to win, and especially by knockout, myself included. But you know, regardless if it was Tank winning or barely losing or losing dramatically, I see 8-4s and stuff. I think there was a fight close enough that will be able to say that a rematch should happen, right? I'm not against a rematch. I think it should. Lamont won by a few rounds, says. I watched it live. So you were in the building. That's what's up. So you saw kind of what I saw in the building, right? And the energy too. Like Barclays Center is always just electric, and it just didn't feel like the crowd was very. And New York is a very honest crowd too, so they're not just like some just dick riding casual fans. Like they're a very honest boxing fan crowd, and you can tell a lot came out for Tank and a lot came out for Lamont because of the local area, but more for Tank. And the crowd was very like quiet. You felt a lot of like, come on, Tank. You heard a lot of that in the crowd. Come on, Tank. You can do it. Let your hands go. Get him out of there. Come on. What are you doing? That was constantly what I was hearing. So even the fans in the crowd felt that the fight was very nail biting. So it was just one of those nights where Tank had a lot on his plate. A guy who was slippery. A guy that was willing to bully the bully a little bit. A guy who essentially took a Tank shot to give a shot and kind of got his attention. I'm going to keep it real. Like his legs kind of did a little bit like that. Tank said at the post conference, You know, there was a shot that kind of caught my attention, right? And I'm assuming it was that one. So, and they always say the shot that you don't see hurts the most. Granted, who would have thought that? And Tank's mind would have been like, I got a good shot, sweat flying all over the place. They get cracked with a shot just as equal. And Tank's also, guys, this is, let's be honest, Tank has been very respectful for the most part about Lamont. I know they've been cool, but he said that he's a good fighter. Granted, he kept telling you guys like it's going to be a challenge. So now the fact that the fight became a challenge, you know, it's kind of like you got to give Tank some credit. You know, I know there's some people saying he's just hyping up his opponent, things like that, but overall, I mean, I think Lamont impressed everybody, regardless if you think Tank was this guy or not that guy. I think everyone's leaving that fight more impressed with Lamont Roach than they ever did, right? So let's just get that out. Regardless of whatever you guys thought of Tank, everyone left there giving Lamont Roach more respect than they probably did coming into the fight, all right? He won the story is what I think I've heard Chris Algieri said, right? At the end of the day, the story was won by Lamont Roach, even with the draw. So, Attorney Billy says, we all predicted Lamont would give Tank problems, but did not predict this. Granted, I didn't really see... I've seen a few people on the Saturday stream that I did, that some people came in and said the fight would go the distance, which it did. So, Joe just says, Lamont won, bro. Come on! Right? Champy said, what we saw in Riyadh from the main event last week, now that was high level, highly competitive elite boxing. Okay, if you want to compare it to that, I mean, I would say styles make fights, right? But you know, I think when it comes to Bivol and Arthur, they're more battle tested. You know, it's not really coming at Tank or Lamont in any shape or form, but they've obviously have a resume that built up to a fight where this was 2 pound for pound fighters going at each other. So I would give you that if you want to compare, which I'm not really trying to compare, but I just speaking on the fact that I knew the fight was going to be a boxing match, countering, being patient, slipping. That's kind of what I was mentioning. Tank didn't do enough, nor did Roach, hence a draw. So you're okay with the draw, D-Shuffle. Okay. Nightmare says, are you sleeping? Tank or F you, no, you're a loss. Haha. Who do you think won? I thought Lamont won the fight. Ron the Coward, Ryan would knock you out. I'm sure Ryan would knock me out, bro. Lamont won. Tank won. Lamont was more focused. Tank was talking and playing around too much. You watched the fight. Tank won. Okay. Well, like I said, man, I have to watch it one more time because I was at the event. There's always 2 different perspectives when you're at a fight. It looks different. I'll use Devin versus Lomachenko, for example. People at the event saw something different than what people saw at home. You know what I mean? I know consistently a lot of people felt Lomachenko won, but you can see there was interviews afterwards where Timothy Bradley or Shakur or guys were like, the fight was this, then I watched it again, then it wasn't what I thought it was. So, but everybody knows Lamont won. Guys, hit the like button. Appreciate it. Danny Drew says Nivante lost that fight. So before I get into more in the chat, like, let's talk about the knee, right? Regardless if you thought who won the fight, that knee was extremely, like, awkward. Like, to randomly take a knee in the middle of a match, run to the corner, get a towel wiped on your head, and then start arguing with the ref like, I'm good. That was a very awkward moment. And then seeing the ref going, all right, I'm going to stop my count and say, if you do that again, it looked like you took a knee. It looked like a knockdown. I'm going to start count. Like, bro, you started the count. Why on earth does the count now have to be retracted because someone's telling you, oh, well, I had to wipe stuff out of my eye? This is a very strange thing for a referee to not own the knee on the canvas, right? And you've seen everyone's been bringing up Mayweather versus Hernandez, where Mayweather infamously, God, I can't even speak today. Took the he took a knee, right? He took the infamous knee. There you go. When he hurt his hand on Hernandez, He shook his hand, he took a knee, and they started counting. The only like on record knockdown I believe they gave Mayweather. Well, I know people dispute the Zab Judah, but on record, Floyd took a knee and he counted. So there was so much stuff going on at that moment where he took a knee, then he went to the corner. There was some sort of interference, right? The corner's involved now. That's how some people feel. Some people feel like he should have been disqualified. But the reason why a lot of people are upset by that, it's pretty obvious. If you are hurt, there's a delayed reaction, or you need to take a break. You're taking a knee essentially to kind of recoup whatever's going on so that you can continue fighting. You can't take a break on your own. That's when the ref comes in and makes that decision. So as a fighter, you can't just make that. And then if you do take a break, turn your back, take a knee, they're going to interfere and there's going to be some sort of repercussions, right? You can't just run in the corner and just say, hey, there's stuff coming in my eye. Now, granted, that's what Tank said. Tank said he had some sort of, hair product that was sweating out that led to him not being able to see, or his eye was burning. And so now that caused him to go to the corner and have Calvin wipe his hair and his eye. And it's just a bad look. I think it's just a bad look. I think we need to get better at that. I think some people are saying that Lamont should do a petition for it. But overall, I mean, I just think when someone takes a knee for any reason, it should be counted as a knockdown. So it's a break in action without the ref's involvement, right? So Fame says, unfortunately, I thought the same. Tank being my overall favorite fighter, Roach took it in respect to sports. He had a great counteractive shot. He was precise. When is Tank's next fight? Have no idea. I mean, he hinted that the guy who he's supposed to fight came in his locker room. He didn't give an actual answer at the press conference, but I think I speculated Jake Paul. He didn't acknowledge it or dismiss it. He just kind of was like, next question after. But he said it wasn't Shakur. So, but we'll see. Lamont's face looked worse than Tank's. Yeah, well, we all know, D-Shuffle, that the story of the fight doesn't play out based off how someone looks, We know that. But granted, at the end of the day, I think the fight was very, very, very competitive. But I thought Roach edged out. 115, 113 Roach. Robert Merriweather, what's up, my guy? You know we got to do something about this. You know we got to cook. It's Robert Merriweather. He's an upcoming boxer, very talented. He's fought on Top Rank. He's fought on PBC cards. He's undefeated. This man's been in the ring with Tank, Shakur, Devin, Keyshawn, Linares. I've seen him spar Linares. This kid is great. So please, he has a fight coming up, if I'm not mistaken, and I think in April. I'm not sure, but definitely keep an eye on Robert Merriweather. We have some good interviews. We'll probably have one cooking. So, Lamont beats a lot of people. I think that's the takeaway that a lot of people feel, that after that performance, Lamont is definitely a top 135 pounder. I agree with Gino. 115, 113 Roach when it's Tank's next fight. Roach beat the hair grease out of Gervonta. Yo, the fact that a name like Gervonta is out is insane. That's wild. What up, Danny Drew? Jojo says Lamont won without the knockdown, in my opinion. Now, granted, if he had the knockdown, I think that's a bigger distinction. Tank 7-5, but he loses if knockdown counts. Yeah, so, I mean, you think it was a close fight. We typically have close scorecards, right? So, Roach got robbed. Make the compilation fighters putting their casuals on game. You know what? Never fold sports. I'll do that. I'll probably do that tonight or tomorrow. And I'll probably get a lot of fighters like breaking down way ahead of time like why this fight was way more competitive than a lot of people gave it. All right, because this is not like Gervonta got exposed stream, right? It's not anything like that. I think it's more like I think Roach should get a lot more credit than people, like they doubted him, right? They looked at the Jamel Herring fight. They judged Jamel Herring as a fighter, and then with that judgment of what they thought about Jamel Herring, which is also kind of a form of disrespect of a former champion who, you know, fought a couple champions himself. Now Roach is a current champion that former at the time he wasn't, but now. But I know a lot of people put a lot of disrespect on Jamel Herring, which then led to a lot of disrespect down to Roach. But at the end of the day, I think we all know styles make fights. Fighters do get better. Fighters do learn. And I haven't seen yet in the chat, but some people might feel like Tank had maybe an off night, and that's why it was extremely competitive. The other aspect is anytime you change coaches, right? It's always going to be somewhat difficult because you're never going to have a routine that you're familiar with, regardless of, oh, we worked in the past. Barry Hunter, we've been in the corner for a long period of time. We've been doing this and that. It's still different because as a head coach at a time like that, that's still an unfamiliar place, even when you got your previous head coach in the corner. So, there's dynamics like that, the long layoff and all type of stuff. Not giving Tank excuses, but pretty much just explaining that if there was a night that Tank can be off, Lamont Roach could win that. And that was kind of what we saw. Lamont Roach is good enough where if a fighter has somewhat of an off night, he can take Gervonta's punches. He's able to counter Gervonta. He's able to match his energy. Kind of even moments bully the bully, like be effective on this front foot and create effective aggression opposed to just walking in. Like good IQ, great intelligence, used his jab at proper times, didn't overextend, stuff I was critical about his previous fight. So he can make adjustments. So Lamont fought Tank multiple times. They know each other well, so that's another thing. Regardless of what people thought about the matchup, I said on Saturday on the stream when Ryan and Devin fought, they fought 6 times. Devin was by far a landslide favorite, and I picked Devin to win the fight. It got to a point where, and I'm not saying people didn't also pick Ryan, right? But I feel like when it came to like hardcore boxing fans who like the sweet science, preferred Devin Haney because he presented a style. And he's also a lot more proven when it came to his professional, right? Fighting competitively against Lomachenko, beating Regis dominantly, and just going on like that type of trajectory. When Ryan was dominating him and just beating him, and I know there's the failed drug test, and I don't want to like get into all that, but I still feel like in hindsight now that watching that fight, Ryan still would have had somewhat of a success. Like he still would have had success. Because he's familiar with the style, they fought multiple times. Lamont and Tank on top of that sparred each other multiple times outside of just competing in the amateur. So these are guys that know each other very well, and because of it, their styles are very similar. They're from the DMV, Baltimore area. They definitely have a lot of the same type of strategies, and they think very similar in a lot of aspects. So they're going to have this kind of understanding of like what to do. Like if you ever play like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, those type of games where like you pick different characters, but if you play like Scorpion or Ryu or whatever, and then your opponent or your friend plays the same exact character, right? Like the same character, and there's a little like you're kind of irked a little bit, like, bitch, I picked Scorpion. All right, well I'm the better Scorpion, and in that aspect, you're playing in a way where you're trying to beat them, knowing that they have the same moves. And I'm not saying Roach and Ting have the same moves, but just an analogy. They come from the same area. They're familiar. So I know for a fact, like, I know what type of moves you're going to throw at me because I do the same moves too. So I'm ready for this, and I'm going to show you like I'm better than you. And so that's just what happens when you got guys that are very familiar with each other, especially if they have grown up in amateurs in the same area. Because Barry Hunter used to also help Lamont as much as he helped Tank. You get what I'm saying? Like Barry was there for both of them. So Barry's influence has already been touched between these two fighters. No Diddy, in a way where there's no way that they don't know certain aspects of each other. So Fernando says that's a knockdown. That's bullcrap. Boxing rig last night was bad for boxing. I've heard a lot of that. I've definitely heard a lot of that. Davis got exposed. Lefty G says the rematch should be next fight. Mortal Box says the fight sucks, and that's why Tank and PBC. That's what Tank and PBC gets for the bullshit. That's what Mortal Box says. Angry Casual fan says gotta give credit Tank for taking tough fights if you're going to clown him. Yeah, I mean, throughout the build-up, he continually said this was going to be a tough fight, and even Shakur came up at the fight and said this is a tough fight. So even his adversaries mention this is not an easy fight. So I got to give at least Tank credit for that, because if your own ops are saying like, nah, bro, that's a 50-50 fight, then, you know, fair game then. When fans booed, that should tell you something. Yeah, they booed at that point when he was talking about the knee. They didn't really like the knee aspect of the eyes, but that's just fans, you know. Fans are just they just don't really like to hear what many people for excuses. They just want you just to fight and shut up, apparently. But Attorney Bailey says that was a highly skilled fight. A fighter can be special on any night. Example, Tyson versus Douglas. Tank is a special fighter, and Roach fought on that level to win. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you guys, the mistakes and the tendencies that Roach normally does in his fights, he cleaned it up. Go watch his Hector Garcia fight. Go watch his previous fight. He usually overextends. He was very tight. He didn't lunge. He didn't jump in. He kept that hand up and when he did feel like shots was coming, he turned, or he ate it well and he fired back. He was a lot of slipping. He was going to the body. Like, he was catching Tank with some good body shots, like legitimately solid body shots. And you can see Tank kind of grimace a little bit. So they were effective body shots for sure. So, and you know, Tank was there throwing some heat. I think Tank was kind of a little eager and overextended at a lot of points of the fight. But when the fight finally broke out, they were matching each other's energy. So Gervonta Corner should have been disqualified for wiping his face with a towel after he took a knee. No Roaches didn't do enough to dethrone one of the pound-for-pound champs, though Lamont made a good showing of himself. Yo, why you coming at me, bro? Ryan will knock you out May 4th if you pull up. Damn. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what I did to you, bro. This is boxing. I said Tank had never been in there with someone who's going to take a shot to give one. Yeah, and Lamont, not only in fact, took his shots, but he fired a shot like immediately in a lot of those exchanges. So Lamont's a dog, bro. You got to give it to him. He was not intimidated at any point through the build-up. He had a lot of confidence. He didn't let the bully him, and he ate his shots. He gave solid, sneaky shots that kind of kept Gervonta honest throughout that match. So really, at the end of the day, I think we can all take away that Lamont is a good fighter, right? You know, not saying that people didn't think that, but it's now seeing it is believing it, and seeing that fight last night made a lot of people believers of Lamont Roach. And what's crazy is, like, I was going through the area of DC, right? And it's crazy because, like, I usually go around like different cities, right, when I travel, and I had my fight credential on, and because I was just tired coming from New York, and a lot of people around the DC area was stopping me, like, constantly, like, yo, you were at the fight, yo, Lamont, and you just heard the fight talked about all around the area. Like, the whole DC area was invested. And the fact that Roach put on a performance like that, you can tell the city is going to fuck with Lamont Roach from now on. So he has the city support without a doubt. Trey says people get tired seeing the same person win over and over, so it was Tank's time to lose. And I think underdog stories is a great way to kind of send like a good, how would I say it? It re-energizes the sport when underdogs win, right? Because the consistent, this guy's supposed to win based off the boxing formula of like matchmaking stuff. When an underdog finally takes it, you feel like something special just happened and you just witnessed that. So, um, anytime an underdog story happens and they win, it's electric. It gets talked about. It pumps more life into the sport. It's a good time, honestly. And that's how it played out. He knew Lamont was tough. Tank did the wobbly. Yeah, he did a little. He did a little bit. I mean, to Tank's credit, the way that he ate that shot and he just got right back, like you can tell he was like locked in to eat that shot. Like Tank has a good chin. You know what I mean? Like he didn't fold under pressure. When you got hit with that good shot, I mean, yeah, I mean, Roach got some sharp, accurate shots. Tank got exposed. King Vonnie says, Tank got exposed. Yo, you know what's crazy is that what you call it is Tuesday. King is there's gonna be a press conference in New York that I have to head back out to. So I'm like, oh my god. They're gonna do the press conference for Ryan Rowley, Devin versus Ramirez, and Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza. So with this type of performance that went down Saturday, I'm sorry, I just read a comment on the side that's ahead. I'll get to it. I just laughed. This is gonna bring a lot of shit talking coming up about Tank Davis with his adversary. So they're all gonna probably say something similar like that. Look at the scorecard. Roach won. Yeah, I thought Roach won. Tank did the stanky lay. Tank got a great chin. Oh, for sure. You gotta give him credit, man, because that was a hell of a shot. They both got great chins. Because Roach got hit with a shot before he gave that shot out, and they both just, you heard when at Barclays, they were like, like, yeah, it was a scene. It was definitely a sight to be at. Roach needed to do what Russell did, take it to the champion. I thought Lamont had a lot of that going on. I thought he was trying to bully the bully. He was putting a lot of pressure, effective aggression. I mean, like, they're different styles, right? And plus, Russell, no disrespect on Russell, Russell is a guy whose style is like that, right? And Lamont is more of a catch and shoot, slippery kind of, slick defensive fighter who has good sneaky shots. Plus, no disrespect to Ryo. Ryo has power. But Tank has, I think, arguably game-changing, fight-changing power where all it takes is one to completely... So you got to fight different. You can't fight the same. And I think that you can't fight Tank the way that Russell did if you don't have a Russell style and you're familiar with it. I think Roach did good because I thought Roach won. So, but, it's an uphill battle when you fight Tank. Big Dev. I know you're a big Dev guy. That's why I brought up the press conference. I'm definitely going to be running over to Devin and to hear what they got to say. You already know Bill going to be coming up to me like, right, what I tell you? What I tell you about Gervonta? Tuesday is going to be it's going to be crazy, guys. So you guys got to definitely be on the lookout on YouTube. It's going to be crazy. That press conference is going to be nuts. All those guys are going to be talking about Gervonta. So, Devin's going to be saying some stuff. Lamont won the mental battle. Tank is more talented fighter, but mental is everything. Yeah, Lamont was like, bro, when you talk about confidence out of this world, like Lamont's energy all week. Dude, I went to both press conferences. Bro, me and Lamont talked for about, like, I kid you not, like an hour and a half or two before the first press conference in New York, right? And I just already got this, like, cool, calm, supposed to be here. Like, don't even worry about it. Like, they gonna see. The press conference, he was very calm, chill. Tank wasn't wilding out. That's when he did the I'm retired stuff. The DC one, Tank was a little bit more energetic, but Lamont was still cool, calm, collective. Then the media workout, same thing. Cool, calm, collected. Fight week, cool, calm, collected. Even the face-off, man. So I think Lamont mentally is his biggest asset. Like, that dude is strong. Like, that dude's a strong guy. He did not allow this guy, Gervonta, to come in there and do what many people usually feel like they fold. Like, people thought Frank Martin kind of folded a little bit, you know? So Tank got a wobbly leg, but every time he hit Roach with a good shot, he stopped him in his tracks. Yeah, because they're Tank punches. Like, of course they're gonna stop. I mean, they were stopping each other both in their tracks. I think they both respect each other's power, and I think that's why the fight played out the way it did. Rome has fought. I think he meant Roach. He fought a 130 pounder. What? Rome. Ron. He fought a 130 pounder. No, he didn't. He's talking about Rome. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. Roach is a legitimate opponent. I mean, it's hard to say that he's not Rome after, especially watching last night. Ron, can you give your honest opinion on Tank banning Najee from doing any immediate work at his fights in Brooklyn and Naj at his fights at Brooklyn and Naj from NYC? For the most part, I like to just refrain from like other people's situations, right? Like, neither here am I like to deny or confirm like certain situations. I think that's better suited for Naj. But on the whole aspect of just fighters itself, if there is like, I don't think fighters necessarily should be like banning what many people might feel is, you know, legit media. And I think that you know, there's always two sides of each story, you know what I mean? So I just can't really go and speak on that situation specifically, only because it's just, you know, like, it's not my place to speak on. But media is always going to be something where it's going to be a love-hate relationship with fighters. So they're either going to love you or hate you, and vice versa. You know, we're either going to hate you or love you. But I try not to hate anybody, you know what I mean? I definitely have my share of situations in the past, and I've definitely had stuff that I can relate to that's been somewhat similar to that I've never spoke about publicly. But those things have worked out, and everything all went all good. It's just the nature of the beast. So, but for that specific, I think you just go over to the Naj's channel, Cigar Talk, ask him, you know, because at the end of the day, it's not my place to really speak on something that I'm not involved in. So, but shout out to Naj, man. He's doing his thing. I think he got a Shakur Stevenson interview dropping tomorrow. So, Chinchilla 115, 113 Roach. That's without the knockdown. That should have counted. Yeah, I thought Roach won, even without the knockdown. So, I agree with you. Still first fight at 135. Yeah, I mean, Lamont fought at 135 before. I don't know. Is that his first fight? Let's check it out, right? Because I can't really agree or disagree if that's true, right? I know that when I interviewed his strength and conditioning coach, he told me Lamont's the real Tank. You know, he's stronger. He's going to be bigger at 135. You guys going to see. So when Lamont first started fighting, he weighed in at 134, 133, 131 and a half. He weighed as high as 137 and a half before. But it's normal for guys to kind of like be all over the place a little bit, and then he kind of stabilized, and he became a 130 pounder for like most, if not all, of his important fights for quite some time, probably for a solid 5-6 years. And then from that point, he made his first legitimate move to 135 at the high, like, you know, the top level, his last fight. So I would say this is his like first legit 135 kind of fight, you know, because it's real easy to be at, like, if you're fighting at 130 and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna fight 135, 137 early in my career. Oh, for sure, bro. That's beyond normal. Joseph, what's up, my guy? So real quick, I'm gonna get to y'all chat, the rest of the chat, but I have to. Oh, my audio's low. Oh shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me talk in the mic a little bit better. I'm sorry. All right, my audio is low. All right. Then my guy, Supermax in the building. Congratulations. He just did his. He just had a. I don't know what to call it. Like, what would you call an amateur fight? Like a either or. He had a fight. He laced up the gloves. He got the dub. Appreciate you out here showing some love, throwing the that $2 is gonna go straight to that coffee when I go out to Tuesday for the press conference for Ryan and Rolly. But congrats to you, man. My man has been killing it. He's been off the couch. He's been working hard, getting in good shape, and he's doing it for health. He wants to be around his kids longer. You know what I mean? When you get older, you start thinking about stuff like that. So, and plus, like I said, he's lacing up the gloves. He's getting punched in the face. He knows what it feels like. So, a lot of times people do this, but at the end of the day, he went on and laced them up and started punching. And congrats to you, my guy. Always appreciate you showing support and love. So, all right. Lloyd says, all I know is when you are a star under the PBC, you can call a timeout. Yo, you think it was a good old favoritism? I mean, it is weird. I'm not saying that was the case, but it is weird. That whole knee stuff is just weird. Like, a lot of people wouldn't have got that benefited out. Ingrid Casual fan says Pitbull did better than Roach. I mean, some people did think Pitbull won too. They both did good against Tank. But the thing is, not making an excuse for Tank, but Roach fought a Tank who had both working hands, but just, hair stuff dripping in his eye. This was more exciting than Bivol versus Beterbiev. Tank and Roach exchanged frequently. That's tough because I think Bivol and Arthur was a very nail-biting fight, but it was fun though. Like this Roach, the first 3 rounds is kind of a stinker, to be honest. Like the first 3 rounds was kind of like a stinker, but then it started picking up. I don't know. Bivol and Beterbiev was just high drama across the board. So, but they were both good main events. Man said he didn't know the rules. Yeah, I don't know about that. TV Boxeo in the building. What's up, man? The taking the knee was a trip, but you got to beat the champ. I think Roach didn't do enough. Okay, that's fair. Did you have it close? If so, let me know what you think. That should be a DQ. Smoking Jay Franklin says. That knee should have been a knockdown. That round effed up my parlay. Tank lost the fight. They need to change the results. I need my bread. Who'd you have on your parlay, man? If that's what you were relying on. What was your scorecard? I had it about like a 7-5 for Roach. Like, I'll be honest. It was 7-5. I feel like I could maybe do 8-4, but I need to watch the fight again. I had it 7-5. I had it 7-5 Roach, and that's without the knockdown, right? So, but enough of without the knockdown because it wasn't counted. So, it is what it is. But I still think Roach won the fight. Stop sports betting says Tank wasn't fighting like he usually fights. Not at all. Was he okay? I mean, he didn't mention like he had any physical problems, So, I even asked him, like, when fighters start talking about retirement early on or in the middle of their career, you have to start questioning, like, well, they're 1 foot in and 1 foot out, right? So, because of it had to play a factor. And I asked him that, and he kind of didn't really speak on it too much. He just kind of now spoke that it kind of lit more of a fire in him, that retirement's no longer a thing that he's thinking about. Now it makes him want to fight way more now. So, regardless, taking a break in the middle of a boxing match is clear soft. Tank, he lost. He's a loser. And a lot of people feel that way, that Tank definitely lost the fight. Damn right, Roach would have made me rich. Oh, man. No, Tank wasn't fighting the way he usually fights, not at all. Dude said his hair oil, LMAO. Dude got spanked and salty he was losing. Yeah, that's not what you want to hear. You don't want to really hear that, the hair stuff. But Tank looks like he's getting sick. Huh. Like, what do you mean by sick, Zay? Micah says, Jake Paul. Is that what you're saying, that that's who Tank was supposed to be fighting? All right, let me speed through the chat a little bit and kind of get up to date. Is it possible Roach can dispute the draw? I think some people said it is. CO says Tank lost. What about the landing punches versus missed punches? That doesn't really tell the story, and I think CompuBox is not 100% correct. But you can punch someone like 100 times in one round, and then 0 in all the other rounds, and then the other guys hit you 10 in each round. You're gonna lose that one round when you got punched by 100. But you know what I mean? Like it punches missed and land never tells the story. It's round by round. But it does tell you somewhat of the overall story. Who got beat up, if that's what you're looking for. Who came in the locker room? I have no idea. The titles did Roach do enough? Well, I mean, think about it. Let's keep it real. Like, all right, I'm gonna start a poll. Right? Watch this. All right, I need you guys to be honest with me now. Who won? Gervonta Davis or Lamont Roach? All right. So I threw this poll up. Be honest now. All right. Let me go chat, interact. All right. I thought Roach. All right. So that's just my vote. I told you guys, right? All right. So I guess I'll just leave that there for just the sake of just you guys kind of seeing. Okay. Never mind. All right. I can see it on my end. So when I said, did Roach do enough? I know the popular opinion is Roach did do enough, right? So the reason why the title says, did Gervonta do enough? Because that's what we're disputing. Did Gervonta do enough to get a draw, let alone the win? Because that's the question that kind of is the more responsive. Like, no, he did not do enough, right? I'm looking at the poll. It's 20, right? You guys keep voting. I could be wrong. You guys can prove me wrong based off this poll I'm learning, right? But the poll right now is highly in favor, saying that Lamont is at 71% and Gervonta is at 29%. So by saying, did Roach do enough, typically more people are going to say yes. So this is how like the title game works, right? I'm going to give you guys a little bit about like titling and things like that. So I'm giving you some game. It's to kind of get the more emotionally provoked. You know what I mean? And if people feel like, did Tank do enough? Brother, did you not see Lamont Roach? Now, see, so that's kind of how that title kind of came about. Plus, you got it. Plus, where's the draw button? Oh, okay. Damn. Touche. Fucking shay. I didn't put a draw button in there, Micah. No. Yeah, that's a fail on my end. Okay. Well, now it looks like I'm creating a narrative. Nope, I failed. Anyways, it was a draw. Okay. Well, if you think it was a draw, put draw in the chat, and then I'll incorporate that in there. But and also the last thing too is like, everyone knows Gervonta's that dude, man. Win or loss, man. Gervonta is that big American star. So, Zachary, Lamont landed 28%. Tank landed 38%. Gervonta overall record is padded. Look at it. Majority of his opponents on BoxRec. Tank lost. I still rock with him. Boxing got a black eye after the fight. Roach landed more. If you slow down the jab, Lamont did to Tank's eye. Then he took a knee. Yeah, I think Tank did get hit with a jab. That's why I think people were upset because they thought it was maybe like a delay reaction. I feel like Tank landed more punches, but definitely not his best fight of the night. Yeah, I think a lot of people also noticed that Tank was struggling in that fight. Roach caught Tank a bad time. He just got out of jail and arguing with his trainer. What's that saying? A happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. If he's not happy outside of the ring, how can he be happy inside the ring? So it's true. You know what I mean? It happens to affect a lot of fighters in their mind mentally. So Lamont won without the knockdown. Tank was nonchalant in the ring and unaware. Tim Bradley said Tank got exposed and he acted like a B word in the fight. That sounds like Tim. Tank mentally wasn't there. If Tank lose, PBC will go down. The lead up to the fight was all wrong. New head coach talking about retirement, all red flags. Yeah. The hindsight, 2020, yeah. The fight proves Shakur is the top dog, 135, 140. I don't know if it proves Shakur is the top dog, right? Because this is what I want to be. I want to be fair, and I want to be like transparent. A lot of these guys have shown vulnerability. So the only way to now really find out, minus like, I guess we can move Keyshawn out because he's still too new, right? So I don't think it's fair to assess good or bad compared to his contemporaries. Like Shakur has been heavily criticized for quite some time for the De Los Santos fight, you know, just not kind of like wanting to be engaged, saying that his hands hurt, blah, 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 things like that. People has criticized his Artem fight, you know, and kind of said kind of similar things. So we got Devin Haney, who's not in the weight class no more, but at the time, Devin shown vulnerability with Linares and then the Lomachenko and granted he won, but the Ryan's the one that kind of showed some holes. Ryan, you know, has holes with, you know, when he's shown in his fights clearly. And who am I missing? Teofimo Lopez has a loss against Kambosos and arguably took a loss against Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz potentially. So to be like, it proves Shakur is the top dog, like I think at a point we just need to stop claiming these guys as the top dog until they start fighting each other. Because like people were just killing them about this electrician fight, right? Everyone was like, oh my God, he took him 9 rounds. Oh, Shakur Stevenson is the electrician, right? Oh, De Los Santos, you were bunny hopping all over the place, right? So I don't say that it's bad to have an opinion who you think is the top dog, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like at any point, any of these guys can lose against any of these guys, and it really just shows that there's really not a clear dominant guy. Kind of like how the heavyweight division was with Joshua, Wilder, Fury. Like, it feels like a lot of these dudes can potentially and will lose at some point. Just right now, Shakur just hasn't had a fight. I mean, the De Los Santos fight on paper was a split decision, right? Like it. So I mean, you can't say Shakur has completely swept and dominated his opponent. So like, that's what I'm saying. And how do these people handle any adversity, right? Styles make fights. You know, if Shakur, can Shakur take a shot like Lamont Roach? You know what I mean? Can Shakur even land a shot to get respect on Tank that Lamont Roach can, right? Like, I can't really necessarily sit here and say, you know, these type of performances after another clearly determines like who's the better guy. Like, we're clearly at a point in boxing where these guys just need to fight each other, and if not, it just doesn't mean anything when one guy has a bad performances. Now all of a sudden I have to crown the other guy, and it just don't work that way in this era. It's just not. These guys got to fight each other, like legitimately have to fight each other for me to really be like, that's the guy. So everything else is just speculation. Tank should retire before he loses. I think Tank should needs to just get his stuff in order. You know what I mean? I do feel like some things are out there kind of affecting him, and not making excuses for him, but just get your shit together. You know what I mean? Understand that you are human. You can lose, and this is a good wake-up call that you got to draw, and you still got to keep your title. They do have a contractually a rematch clause, so if Tank really does want to do it, he has the option to try to redeem him his draw. Shakur's not beating Tank. Yeah, see, even after a performance like that, people still think Shakur will lose to Tank. So any fight night can present a completely different performance, and things can happen in your life that didn't happen prior that same night. So we have to take that in consideration. All right, I know there's a lot more in the chat, so I'm gonna just super read through, and I know I want to like give an opinion each, but I'm gonna be like so behind, and I want just kind of speed up, catch up the chat. Roach Shakur stops Tank easy. The fight and they spar, to be honest, their styles are similar, but both are slow starters. Micah says he made weight but looked uninterested in the fight himself. Danny Drew says Roach got robbed without a gun by the judges. Roach got robbed by them judges, must be from Dubai. Crazy comment. If Roach got the knockdown, Tank would have got knocked out. Would have got knocked him out. If Roach got that knockdown, Tank would have knocked him out. I mean, I don't know how that would result into that. I think he was trying to knock him out all day. All this Tank can box crap. Tank made no adjustments, doesn't close the distance, and in an effective way is overrated. Damn. GM says, is Tank fighting Pitbull next? Nope. Pitbull was at that fight. But no, it's not going to be Pitbull. I can't imagine that. Tank just got out of jail too. Stop hating on Tank. Tank fans are making excuses. Tank really can't box. He depends on knockouts. He may be losing majority of his fights if he doesn't land that big punch. He is always going to bet against. I'm always going to bet against him. I'm going to be rich one day. Roach got robbed. Hype job. Davis got exposed again. That's why Tank needs rehydration clauses. Catch weights. They give him the edge. These nuts. Smoking Joe. I want to say Smoking Joe all the time. Smoking Jay Franklin. Looks like the blueprint's out. Be patient. Don't just come forward. Don't gas out. Be disciplined. Imagine Shakur in there instead of Roach. Tank lost. Roach won 7-5 without the knockdown. Tank was the best and still got beat. Yeah, I agree that Roach won. Shakur doesn't punch hard enough. These nuts again. Tank fans before the fight. Tank's going to destroy Roach. Easy win by Tank. Lisa says, why don't you post that song? I just got my hair done 2 days ago. That song was fire. Oh my God. What? That's wild. Don't tell me they like remix Tanked right now. After the fight, Tank fans excuses he wasn't focused. He wasn't interested. Oh shit. $5 super chat from the man himself, the super chat king, Daniel Navarrete, the one and only big spender. Didn't Roach and Tank have history? If so, that's why I think Roach has assist. For sure. That's a great analogy. A great perspective. Yeah, they do have history. They've fought in the amateurs. They've sparred each other a lot. And, for the most part, they even had trainers that have worked with both of them guys. You know what's even crazier? Like, I don't know if you guys even know this, but Lamont's dad at one point had to be, like, one of Tank's coaches before. Like, hello, hindsight now, right? Like, you put in perspective. Because I think Tank's coach, he told me, Lamont Sr. told me that Tank's coaches, who I think were out of town, it was like on the Nationals. This is amateur stuff, but so he had to step in as one of their coaches. And it's just crazy to think that Lamont's dad at some point had to like give instructions or potentially stuff for Tank. So there is so much more than just history. There is like actual like I want to say friendship, but like, you know what I mean? They were teammates, they as well as rivals. So all right. But thanks a lot for the super chat. F in course, that's how it goes. DMV versus Baltimore, Lamont DC. Watch the rematch. Haters of Tank. Yeah, I think things would change in a rematch, without a doubt. But I think that's for both sides. Anybody that says Lamont did not win that fight needs to fight God. Tank lost. Someone having a different opinion stance equals hate. Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think it's hate. Folks be so dumb. Ain't no way y'all calling Tank an industry hype job. Yeah, no. He ain't no industry hype job. Lamont wasn't even sitting down on punches and was wobbled 3 times. If Lamont would have went for the KO, he would have knocked Tank out. I mean, it's hard to say that stuff because Tank does have a good chin. All right. Scott says everyone knows that Tank lost. Rumor has the judges were paid off. I mean, I thought Roach won, but not like by like a disgusting landslide. But I thought Roach won the fight. Oh shit! I'm yawning like how Tank did before his fight. He will beat Roach in the rematch and retire for a bit. Number one, Mexico boxing. Number one, laughing emoji. Tank took the knee like Kaepernick. Damn. Both of them, Shrubs lost to Tank and KO'd F. Garcia. True. If Lamont would have sat down on punches and went for the KO, Tank was wild. Tank would have been knocked out. I mean, this would have been hard to picture Tank getting knocked out. But Tank did get a little... but he handled it well. If Roach was more active in the beginning, I think he would have won. But Tank definitely edged out by a round. Okay. Y'all leave Lisa alone. Why y'all bullying Lisa? Tank took a knee. Tank lost. Everybody who watched the fight knows Roach won 7-5, but really 8-4. But I'm being nice to Tank. That's without the knockdown. Yeah. And I'm not a Tank hater, but I like Tank. I think Tank's a good fighter. What up, Warlock? But I kind of have the same kind of scorecard kind of mentality. Let's see. Taking a knee, knockdown. Ref started counting until Tank cried. Okay, that's my audio stuff. I was 7-5 Tank. I had 116, 112 Roach. You think Tank was winning? Joseph Foster says. Okay. Yeah, Supermax. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. Appreciate. I almost got my hair done Thursday. Thank God I didn't. Oh my God, the hair stuff, man. Y'all killing them with the hair. Bro, a lot of people don't know ish about boxing. Tank lost. Hero and Legend says. Man said Pitbull did better than Roach. How Tank beat Pitbull while you do with a broken hand. Lamont is the best. Yeah, I think Lamont was probably his best. We've seen Turkey fix and fight some brand ambassador fighter Shiraz. Yep. Now that these Haney fans are posting this undefeated record with Tank's record with a draw. Yeah, I did see that. I saw that. Bill is alive. That just pumped. Boof, boof, boof. That just pumped some energy into Bill. Shakur punches harder than Roach. I wouldn't know. Never been punched by either one. I think Jamel Herring will be able to. Actually, I'm going to get Jamel Herring to do an interview. That's my guy. And shout out to Jamel Herring, man. Jamel Herring got the only win against Lamont Roach. The only win against Lamont Roach. So, not even Tank got the win on Lamont Roach. So, put some respect on Jamel Herring. But yeah, I can ask him who hits harder, to be honest. That's something that we can find out. Because if we're comparing punches, Jamel can let us know. I hate 8-4 without. I hate it 8-4 without knockdown. Tank didn't do shit for the first 5 rounds, but run. Sandra Taylor says knockdown is different from knock the F out. Tank and his team are targeted for Tank not knowing what round. Yeah, I never understand that. Like, what round is it? To be honest, I don't know. I don't remember now. I have to look at where I was sitting, the Barclays Center. They do have a giant jumbotron around. Now, I don't know if Tank can see the time from inside because I don't know if there's anything on the other side, which I don't know if there is. But Squid Ink, I just read your comment. This is ridiculous. I'm going to get to it. But you should know the rounds, man. How do you not know what round it is, man? I just don't understand as a professional. You do this all the time. Like, hear me out. That's like me as a videographer, interviewer, and I go to a place to do interviews, and I go, "Oh no, I didn't know that to bring SD cards or I thought there would be a mic here or you didn't have a phone charger? Oh, you don't have a phone charger to charge my phone? Like, bro, I've been doing this for so long. Like, I'm going to have backup batteries. I'm going to have phone chargers. I'm going to have portable chargers. I'm going to have cords if they break. I'm going to have all that type of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's no excuse. Everyone has a day job. And whatever you do for a living, depending on how long you have done it, if you've been an OG there for a very long time, and you start saying like, oh, I didn't know. Like, that just sounds crazy to me. Like, that sounds crazy. Like, you don't know what round? You don't know what round. Like, I don't know, man. Like, because that tells me you're not keeping track if you think your fighter's winning and losing. Like, if I think my fighter's losing, I'll be telling them, like, you're down. You need these next 3 rounds to win. Or you can't win. You need a knockout. Like, that type of discussion needs to be going on while you're in the corner. So that lets me know, like, your team's not telling you you're up or down by how much and what you need to do, right? So that tells me, like, some sort of lack of awareness, you know? Like, you should know the round, so you should know what type of strategy to implement, you know, to go here and there. So it's like Crawford when he fought Sean Porter. It's like you're down. You know, in the 10th round. I know, John. I see. Easy to say, but if you're a professional at the highest level, come on, guys. The highest of the highest, bro. You're the American. You're the face of American boxing. You're the American boxing star. Nobody from corner, like, come on. Like, boom. Champ, first round. You did good. Boom, second round. You think he's winning. Boom. Like, you know how many other trainers I know that do this? And like, you know what I mean? But hey, easy to say. That's why I saw John MC saying easy to say, but nah, bro. Nah, bruh. Gotta know them scorecards, man. That's a learning experience right there. Roach surprises all, respecting him. Ring card girls show next round. Yeah, ring cards do, but you do need to also keep track of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be spending your minute looking for the ring card girl. You should be resting, getting yourself together, getting instructions, learning what the outside outcome, the perspective looks like. You might think you're winning the fight, but you come out of the corner like, yo, that don't even look like you wanted the fight. But I feel like I'm winning the fight. It don't look like you wanted the fight. X, Y, and Z. So that's all I'm saying. And if people are not like understanding, like, that is such a horrible thing to not have like figured out, then you're just like allowing more dumb shit to happen, you know? Because how do you not know what rounds it is? It's just insane to me. Boxing's a lonely sport. All right, let me read a couple more. It was a draw. Roach earned the Boxing Wars respect last night. Everyone who watched the fight knows Lamont won. Even Tank fans admit it. Draw. Damn it, didn't know that the fight wasn't happening last night. Oh, damn, you didn't? Oh, damn, that sucks. We need a rematch. We should. I really think the knockdown should have been counted, to be honest. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, I agree. Crawford's loaded gloves. What's up, man? Tank got cooked. Roach beat the hair grease out of Tank. Y'all crazy. Jermaine won that fight. A lot of these reporters who were slobbing on Tank's knobs aren't barking that much right now. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think Tank won that fight. Exactly. 9 rounds with electrician's pretty crazy, though. Keyshawn would have stopped Tank last night. Shakorian fought nobody, put the grease on. Tank just lost his passion. That's what happened, Ron. Yeah, and that's why I was just wondering. Like, it feels like he's kind of like not the same, not saying excuse, because I feel like that's discrediting Roach, but I don't feel like it's the same wild Tank, you know, because people do mature, but the same wild Tank that just kind of, I don't know, man. He claims that now he's re-electrified because of the draw, but I think that's a fair assessment, but I just don't want to speak too much of that because I feel like that takes away Roach's hard work. So I'll try to not really go too deep into that. This is why Biv was number 1 pound for pound. Tank was off. Keyshawn's not beating Tank. Roach was robbed, but anyways, ask Pereira next week. Yeah, I'll be watching that. Just as just a fan. Why you take that knee if he wasn't hurt? Claim the eye grease. Keyshawn isn't beating Tank. Keyshawn's not beating Tank anytime soon. Saying hot grease caused them to take a knee blew my mind. Hot grease would make most people turn away and rub your eyes like crazy. I mean, that's what happened to Ali. You remember? He was doing the eye. But Ali didn't take a knee. You know, that's what some people are going to say. Ali didn't take a knee when shit was in his eye. In the Sonny Liston fight. You know? You remember? He was like... But I'm not comparing what hurts because I'm not in that situation, you know. But if you take a knee, it's a knockdown. It's a valid knee. I'm not saying it ain't a knee that like doesn't justify if it's true or not. It hurts, but if you take a knee, it should be a knockdown. So Roach has a very underrated chin. Keyshawn's chin won't hold up to Tank's power like Lamont's chin did. Don't get it twisted. Keyshawn and Shakur both still lose to Tank. I don't know about Keyshawn's chin. I need to see him get punched by it, you know. Roach's chin has clearly been tested because he got cracked by Tank. Got a good chin. I had Roach 8-4. I had 7-5 Roach, but I need to watch it back again. I need to watch it again. Take a knee, that's a knockdown. Simple, I agree. Tank has the flu. That's what happened. What up, Chris? What up, Chris? Neve? Something was off about Tank's right. He had an off night. Yeah, the off night was Lamont. Steve Willis showed bias towards Tank. First by not warning him for using his shoulder to hit Roach. Then by failing to call a clear knockdown. I lost all respect for Willis. Yeah, man. Willis was a little off that night, man. He was a little bit off that night. I can't even lie. Keyshawn should fight Abdullah Mason. They're definitely that's like Abdullah's a prospect trying to enter contender, and Keyshawn's a champion. So just let Abdullah build up. Don't need to rush it. They will fight if at the end of the day, if Abdullah's that guy and Keyshawn stays as one of those guys, they will fight. So just have them fight at a time where inexperience isn't really a thing, but more of an opportunity where they both are at their peak and they can actually show the world who is the better fighter. Tank said he'll beat Roach's ass, but took a knee after a Frodo low punch. Yeah, some people felt like it was a delayed reaction to it. Tank would get smoked against Shakur. I mean, we'll see, man. Styles make fights, you know. I mean, prior to this Tank fight, everyone was killing Shakur. So just because Tank has a bad night doesn't mean all of a sudden Shakur comes and takes over it, man. Because, you know, any of these guys could beat each other, lose to each other, you know. I haven't really felt like one guy was going to completely dominate. I was leaning towards Tank for a while, but last night just completely just reminded me that, yeah, they're all going to be able to, like, show that they're all capable of beating each other at some point. But they have to get in the ring to actually show it. So we all agree that Tank is a good fighter, but that was Roach's night. It's called being human. Yeah. Tank is human. Boxing, it was a knee. How did he get away with it? Yeah, I don't know. There's no time outs except from the ref. Ron, make sure your headphones don't make the grease hurt your eyes. That's so funny. Shakur's hands are literally peanut brittle. That is so disrespectful, bro. Oh my God, peanut brittle. He beat Carl Frampton. Yeah, Heron did. Yeah, and I picked Carl Frampton to beat Heron, man. I did. So I was wrong there, man. So props to Heron, man. Put some respect on Heron. Tank is washed, Ron. Too many wars. He was the youngest champ in boxing, so he is an old 30. Yeah, I mean, but I also know like he fights in a way where he doesn't want to get into war. So I can't say Tank has took punishment throughout his professional career because he really hasn't. He didn't know what round because he was buzzed. He was hurt. You mean to tell me Tank's corner didn't know the rounds? Yeah, I didn't understand that. Brett Music, do you get punched in the head when you do interviews? Nah, I just obviously just do interviews without getting punched. Why are you coming at me so aggressive? Is that an AI photo of Trump? Damn, that's an interesting. No, but I don't get punched when I do interviews, brother. I get paid when I do interviews. That's what I do. Well, his hairstyle is fire. His hairstylist is fired. She's probably crying. She lost her biggest client. I mean, damn. I didn't even think about that. She's probably sweating. Tank will beat Roach in the rematch. I mean, I think there's a huge chance that Tank could beat him in a rematch. So, bro said he wants a rematch, but he said he knows it's not gonna be. He's not gonna be next. Yeah, he said at the post conference he's not gonna want to do that fight next though. I don't know if he has like a contract agreement with another fight. So Roach had, and that's also once again planning for fights in the head. So if he has a fight signed, I'm not saying he does, but in that case, if he does, he's focused on the future and not that fight. So that's why you always hear fighters like, let me focus on this fight. As much when we do interviews, you know, they're always going to be like, I'm not looking past them. I get through this to get there. So Tank should fight big names. Don't take risks. Don't take a risk. Never be great. The hairstylist posted that there isn't grease in her products. Tank should have said Vaseline. That would have made. Yo, really? Hold on. Where's this hairstyle? Where's this hairstylist? Is this on Twitter? Did someone find it? Do you know the Instagram? Hold on. Who is this hairstylist? Tank hair. Where did you see this? They said they found her hairstylist. Oh, she has a TikTok. What's her TikTok? Damn, the internet be finding shit. Hold on. Leave the bread. Hold on. All right, let me go. Hold on. Let me go look up on. She has a TikTok. Let me see. They probably going in on her shit. Dang, they are. Leave the brand. Please don't be okay. I'll be like, yo, don't private your thing. TikTok messy. They put this on my For You page. Okay. Did she say something about this? All right. I'm a follow his hairstylist because, or I'm gonna keep track of it, just because. Yeah, there's a story now involved with his hair. So, his hairstylist that did his hair goes by Leeb the Brand. LeeBThebrand. Yeah.
As a hairstylist, I think I ate this the fuck up.
Yeah. So she has a TikTok, and they are killing her. They are killing her on that video. They're saying that you use more grease than Diddy. Yo, they are not happy about Tank talking about the grease was wiped into his eye. So, what up, Khan? Hey, what's up, my guy? Long time no see. Happy Sunday, my guy. I heard your cheesy voice at the post conference. You sounded like you wanted a beer with Tank with that performance. Damn, man. I mean, look, my question was like honest, like an honest, fair question. You speak about retirement. Like, are you like 1 foot in and 1 foot out? And do you feel like that's kind of like a little bit of why you perform the way you did? Is your mind elsewhere? Are you thinking about something else? Like, I know you don't want to say it, but is that what's going on, bro? Like, I'm thinking about retiring. You're not even hungry no more. You know what I mean? So let's see. Boxers defending their be honest with yourself, be a man. Willis wasn't off. He was doing what he was paid to do. Oh shit. He's saying he was getting paid to protect Tank. When a knee or glove hits the canvas, it's ruled a knockdown. Yep. Especially when a punch is followed before that. Tank was only 70%, let's be honest. I don't even know, like, why would he be 70%? Like, what is the 30%? What's the reason why he's not 100%? We watched the fight. Tank beats that boy. We watched the fight. Tank beat that boy. Yeah, I have to watch it again. You know, I was there live, so I was there. So I had a ring view, so a little bit different. But everyone at home also said what I thought I saw too. Tank is overrated. Chill, I just got my hair done and she put grease in my shit. Well, you ain't boxing, Lamont Roach. That was a knee. Lamont was at 135%. Damn. So now Lamont's 135%. Tank at 70. Before I speak about the fight, I gotta give my guy Gary a shot. Man, facts. Gary, yo, before I end the stream, coming up soon, Gary Russell, boy. I thought it was a 55-45 kind of fight, and I did think Ryo, talking to Ryo, gave me the feeling like he was potentially like, feeling like he was that guy, right? And that's confidence when you become a champion. But talking to some other media members, they mentioned to me that he seems a little overconfident. And so I did a little bit of thinking after that, and I was like, it could be maybe him feeling himself a little bit too much, because that was a voluntary match. He gave Gary Antoine, he picked him as a voluntary. It wasn't a mandatory. It wasn't by choice. And so after my personal opinion, I thought Ryo won the first 2 rounds. It looked like it was going to be a Ryo start. I favored Ryo to win, only because I don't know where Gary's mind's at, because I picked Gary to beat Puello. He lost to Puello. I normally would pick Antoine to win, but in this case, Ryo is coming off, a better performance than Gary. So I sided with a slight favorite to Ryo, and Gary went in there and beat the shit out of Ryo. I'm surprised Ryo made it through 12 rounds. So Ryo did his thing. Not Ryo. Gary did his thing, so congratulations. Capitol Heights has a new champion, has a world champion out in Maryland. Russell's has another world champion, and so it's Gary and him. So props to them. And then Sandor Martin and Puello was such a weird fight, I felt like Sandor and Martin kind of won the fight, but yeah, Masterclass Ryo, he was looking like Medrick Taylor, so can't wait to see who he fights next. No, but boxing's simple. Take a knee, that's it. PBC's awful. She's getting a ton of attention right now. Highly doubt she's upset. I mean, hindsight, yeah, it's still good, because at the end of the day, not everyone's boxing. So if it's a good hit, I've never had braids before. I might need to get braided. Tank be getting some clean braids, man. So, hey, she's going to get some clients. Maybe not boxing clients. But she's going to get clients, man. Someone said you did more damage than his opponent. I'm reading the... I'm reading the comments on her TikTok. They are just ridiculous. Did more damage than her opponent. Oh my god. Tank fans are going to get flashbacks every time they see hair grease products. Oh man, this is funny, dude. If you want a good laugh, just go in there, man. Yeah, just go and read the chat. The chat's funny. Yeah. There's people. Tank has gone down to my eyes, to be honest. He clearly doesn't care too much. He pays for checks, left no passion. Sounds like he was under contract. There's people in YouTube comments saying that that's a boxer. He can take a knee mid-round. No, you can't take no damn knee in a mid-round fight. Absolutely not. The hell? Can we educate the fan base? Is it possible to get everyone up to date? Yeah, listen. You can't just be taking a knee just cuz. And if you do, the ref's going to count. The ref is the only one to make a break in action. That's it. The ref. And if the corner intervenes, is usually, if anything, to stop the fight. Other than that, they can't. It's just one man. It's the ref. It's the ref's job. You gotta listen and pay attention to the ref at all times. While you're doing that, protect yourself at all times. So protect yourself at all times. Listen to your ref. And only the ref can make a break in action. And then a corner doctor or ref can stop the fight. So, and that's stopping the fight. I had Lamont winning rounds 1 and 7, 12, 7-5 without the knockdown. He got robbed because PBC's done without him. Yeah, I see a lot of people thinking Roach. Yeah. And then the poll's over 100 votes. 63% Roach, so yeah, it's pretty obvious that the consistent opinion is that Roach won the fight. Put the grease on. Maybe we'll all take a knee and get a rest. If I have 50 million in career earnings, you wouldn't know more. Yeah, it's hard. Julio. It's hard to be at a top level fighter. You know what I mean? Yo, Zach, man, I ain't reading that comment. That is wild, Zach. That is wild. Um, but yeah, it's hard to continue fighting when you make that type of money. Well, Vaca, man, what's up, my guy? Welcome back. Appreciate you showing some love. Thought the fight was fairly even, sort of a sparring match. That's fair, you know. And I'm not like also screaming, oh my god, you know. People who have 7-5 for Tank is like insane. I just don't agree with you. I think it was 7-5 Roach. I thought it was 7-5 Roach, and if anything, more 8-4. If I had to give an extra point this way, that way, you know what I mean. I didn't really see a draw, but it was fairly even, you know. So I'm not mad at that. I think a rematch is needed, and you know, I think Roach won the story regardless if it was a draw or not. So I saw it on Twitter. Go to Say Cheese. Oh, the hairstylist has something on Say Cheese. Okay. Say Cheese TV. Oh. Okay. What is this? Her Instagram? Let me go look at. Does she have an Instagram? Leave the brand. I don't see it. I mean, I trust Say Cheese because, you know, they're legitimate with what they do. I don't know if she took it down. Darn. So I was thinking about making a video with that. Okay. Well, either or, yeah, you can go to Say Cheese. She said, I did his hair Wednesday is Saturday. He did press, gym, and weigh-in. There's no excuse how much grease did I use. Damn. She showed the product. Take a look around. You see any overload of grease anywhere? Newsflash, you're not. Damn. She said, His hairstylist said, nope. Don't use that bullshit on me. Don't you use that bullshit. Don't you dare use that bullshit. Damn. That's crazy. Yeah, she mentioned that she didn't use grease. That's wild. Here, and also like if you... Yeah, so Say Cheese TV. I'll show it right here. Took a look around. You see an overload of grease everywhere. Newsflash, you're not. She also showed the product. Right? And she put the grease in the room with us. Oh shit. She's like, this is where she did it. It's like, do you see the grease in the room with us? Oh yeah, she ain't working with Tank no more. That's done. The Gervonta Davis hairstylist says she didn't grease. I did his hair Wednesday and Saturday. He did press, gym, and weigh-in. There's no excuse how much grease I used. Damn. Let me fix this. Get some more light. Okay. I just went Say Cheese yellow. Oh, there we go. It's starting to... Alright, no, Nigel. Tank's a whole clown. Vaseline would have been better. Excuse. Hot grease, damn. She's Puerto Rican from the Bronx. I got multiple sources. 10 million. The new era boxing consists of lawsuit, hot grease, brittle hands. What a time to be alive. Oh man, she's pretty. Was right. Smart to post the ingredients. You're saying she's pretty or she's petty? Tank got boxing fans looking up hairstyle. What happened to the sport? Foz, that's not. Tank uses the same hairstylist. Squid, you forgot to add crybabies like Mama T and cheaters like Ryan. Post a video of her hair gel she posted. She posted a hair gel. Put this on. I just got my hair 2 days ago to burn. That would have got a lot of views. That's actually a song? Is that really a song? Hold on. I just got my hair braided. I thought you were just kind of like saying there's like a mock. That can't be it. That's not a song. That's no way that's a song. Man, don't tell me it's like an R&B song, man. You're pulling my black side out, and I feel like I'm taking a major L if I don't know this. And I was a DJ too. I just got my hair done. This has to be a new song.
I just got my.
Oh, okay. I've never heard that, but it's like a modern. It's like a. Yeah, I don't listen to like too much modern rap now. Okay, I just heard it. It is a real song. Okay. Yeah, it's a song. Okay. Oh, you kept spamming it. I thought it was like one of those things where they took Tank's voice and kind of. But okay, all right. I just heard it. I mean, look, I shouldn't be rolling around listening to that song. That's definitely. I just got my hair braided done 2 days ago. Yeah, it's a Twitter something. Yeah, that's posted on the Boxer Voice. It's a remix. That's not it. Okay. Name your source 50 million. Otherwise, I say I think or believe. Fighters fight through broken bones, torn ligaments. We're supposed to accept his eyes burning. I mean, look, this is what I'm going to say before I get off the stream. I'm going to super read through the chat. Ali claimed that he had something in his eye in the Sonny Liston fight and never took a knee. You remember? They like claimed that they had something on the gloves and they rubbed it in his opponent's eyes. But even if the Casey took a knee, it's still a knockdown. I'm not saying, okay, you're wrong for taking a knee. I'm not even that type of guy saying you're wrong for taking a knee. I'm just saying you took a knee, start counting, ref. That's it. Just start counting. That's all. That's all it needs to be done. And then in certain circumstances didn't work in your favor, but yeah, that shit hurt. Yeah, that hurt. You had to take a knee. That's fine. You had to regroup, but other than that, that should have been a knockdown. Fighters fight. Yeah. So if one were to make a list of manufactured pay-per-view stars, where does Tank land on it? Like in modern times? I'm confused. Tank will be back after a few marriages. Tank will literally supposed to be disqualified. Y'all keep skipping that part. I mean, I don't know what he was doing. It definitely had the corner interference for sure. So, yeah, man, the whole entire scene was not good for boxing. Excuses, greases. They didn't know the road's talking unprofessional. That's what happens when you didn't listen to Floyd Mayweather. You sure was that a low blow? His fight generated 100 million. He took 40 million. Go do your research. Shakur and Haney, then call it a night. I rewatched it. Even if I was standing 8, it's a draw. I would have been a 10-9 because Tank won the round. They want to ruin that girl name brand because Tank's making excuses. Honestly, sad. Roach, Ryan, Garcia, him. Roach, Ryan, Garcia. Gervonta's been getting his hair done for years. Now all of a sudden the grease is bothering him. Yeah, I'm skipping that, Zach. I said this before. Will other fighters get the same treatment if they have blood in their eyes? But too many people in Tank's corner giving them different instructions. Okay, I hope you're right. Happy for Tank. The refs need to step in. Gervonta's been getting his hair done for years. All of a sudden, the grease is bothering him. No Kaz. It's owned by Ben Thompson. Didn't Tank lose the bet? 250,000. Chat will pay a lot. Yeah, he did make a 250,000 that he would stop him, but he didn't. Damn, D. What'd I do to you, brother? I think he got the short straw. He's covering Sundays. Let's be honest. Who cares? It was a knockdown. Tank's gone down in my eyes. He doesn't care for checks left. All right, cool. They took Tank voice. That's funny. I'm gonna go check the remix of it. So if they rematch, Tank gets the T. Oh, it's a remix, guys. So, yeah, see, that's what I thought. I thought it was a remix. So all right, I'm gonna go peep it. So if they rematch, Tank gets the TKO. What then? I hope all this ends with Tank and Shakur fighting. Yeah, hopefully. Tank didn't want to rematch Pitbull Cruz. I'll be surprised if he rematches Roach. Pretty, def not petty. Oh, pretty, def not pretty. Gervonta playing with their money. Yeah, I mean, it's either helping or hurting, but she's getting publicity, so and she's standing up for herself. Them Tank haters just praying for the type for a fight for Tank. Dirty Money's going to destroy everyone. Shakur's next. The eyes never lie. Tank has lost his passion boxing since 5 years. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard to keep doing it, man, when you make a lot of money, just like how you guys been talking. Tank has lost it. He's living the high life too much. Fast is the only reason why he keeps ducking Shakur and Keyshawn, because he knows they are hungry. Lamont Roach knows Tank, and he will beat Tank in the rematch. If he beats him, you know what happens? If Roach beats Tank for the second time, Lamont Roach will be Tank's Vernon Forrest. You know what I mean? Like, this guy that's very athletically talented, a beast, knocking people out, but just can't beat this guy. So, that's his Vernon Forrest. If you know, no idea, he just lost with whatever he's going on in his soul. Rosati, Tank said he will rematch, but yep, not after the fight. And he's not retiring, so Tank fangirls need to come with an excuse. I don't know, maybe it's like a Jake Paul fight that he pre-signed. So Tank should fight Gary Russell's little brother. Gary Russell will kill. Well, Gary was at the fight, so I don't know if Gary went in the locker room. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly who went in there. So, but we will see. And if Tank doesn't fight Lamont Roach and goes another direction, he's literally doing what Canelo did. By all means, go into another direction instead of rematching a guy that many people felt beat you, and you need to get that get back. So he would beat Tank, remix God. Okay, I'm gonna go look it up. I'm gonna look at that up, Lisa. I see Jeremiah. I got my hair done, dude.
The knockdown, what happened? I just got my head done 2 days ago.
This is about to be funny.
She picked grease in my shit, so my face, it burnt my eye. Come on, man. I just got my head done 2 days ago.
I'm sorry, y'all. They zooming up on Sam Watson's face too. I don't know if I can even play this. I don't know if he copyrights this stuff, audio wise. I can't. With that note, I gotta sign off. This is wild. Maybe Tank needed to burn the flame again. Maybe Patty Donovan got screwed by the ref. It was a close late punch. I didn't get a chance to see any of the UK fights, and I didn't see Matias fight yet. I'm just wanted to do a live before this week begins. So Tank should have got disqualified round 9. I see that a lot, right, Victor? Please do so we can move on. Tank is the best amongst his peers, the best. I'm talking about Gary Russell, who thought before. Yeah, Gary Russell and Tank. That would have been a fun fight. Andre Ward. Tank rep has gone down. It did. You can't make that. Can't make this shit up. Gary. I mean, maybe, man. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna get off. I really appreciate you guys. It's about 10 o'clock. I'm super tired. I've been traveling everywhere. So, I appreciate each and one of you guys coming in here, taking the time. I'm gonna have some interviews dropping this week, and I'm gonna be hunting some more interviews. Plus Tuesday, it's gonna be a press conference. Please keep an eye out. Ryan and Rolly, Devin and Ramirez, Teofimo Lopez and Barboza. You know they're all going to be talking shit. I'm sure De La Hoya is going to be there. I'm sure Eddie Hearn is going to be there. I'm sure Bill Haney is going to be there. I'm sure everyone and anyone who has an opinion about that performance will be there. So, all right, you guys have a good Sunday. We've seen great fighters have close fights. Bivol lost and redeemed himself. If anything, this is the best thing that can happen to Tank. Redemptions. Yeah, we'll see, man. Only Tank knows, man. So appreciate Andre, WP33, Lisa, Foz, you two, DD, Ernie, ALX, Zach, Kaz, everyone who came in here, Attorney Bailey, Daniel Neverready. Please don't go. I got to, man. Look, I'm tired, man. I've been on the road. You know, I gotta do some chores. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do some chores around the house, man. My girl's been taking care of my my son while I was gone, so I have to now contribute and kind of let her rest a little bit. Plus, I'm going out of town again Tuesday, so you know what I mean. So let me help pick up the place around. Let me be a dad for a little bit, and then just stay locked on FightHype. I have a lot of interviews I did, so they'll be dropping soon. So, but appreciate you guys. Please continue supporting boxing. Please be honest with your opinions. And if you think Tank lost, you thought Tank lost. If you thought Tank won, you thought Tank won. But a rematch definitely should be needed. If it happens, I don't know. But other than that, we have a lot of big fights that will probably be happening soon, especially this crazy part I just spoke of. So, but you guys have a good night. Thanks for coming in, always supporting me, man. You know what I mean? It's cool having a community being built around a passion like the sport of boxing. So, and we'll get right back to it. So, as always, you guys have a good night. Take care and peace.